Hello everyone, it's Lisa Turner here from Psycademy, and today we are doing a live release of your blocks. Now, if you're watching the recording, that's fine, it will still work. What we're going to do is in the first few minutes, we're just going to set it up so that it works, and I'm going to give you some instructions on how to make this work. So the reason I'm doing this is just a few weeks ago, we opened the doors to our Psycademy conference. It's a 3-day event called How to Be an Abundant Spiritual Leader. And lots of people want to be at the event, but they find that there's something they want, but they don't feel they can have. So this is for you. If you have ever experienced something that you want, but that for whatever reason you don't feel that you can have it, okay? So something that you want that you can't, that you don't feel you can have, because it's kind of in the nature of the universe, right? Just checking my mic's on. Kind of in the nature of the universe that if you want something, it makes sense, right? That the means for you to get it should be there. Now, that doesn't mean that it just lands in your lap and, you know, the money materializes, or the boss just says, hey, take the time off work, or whatever the block is. But what it means is the means for you to get whatever it is you want shows up. So let's take money as an example. A lot of people have money blocks, and they think, you know, if I clear my blocks, money's just going to land in my bank account. Well, we all know that kind of doesn't work like that. But what can happen instead is that the means to get the money show up. So it might show up as something that you can sell, something of value that you can offer. You might get a new client. You might find you can take an extra job, or whatever it is. It's like the means shows up. Now, one of the ways, I could do a whole other Facebook Live on how the idea comes from an idea in spirit and moves down your body, and the final step is that you take action. There must be some action. So you get the idea, then you get you mentally create the plan, and you think it through, and you decide how you're going to move forward with that. Then you get emotionally really connected to it, and the desire rises, the yearning for it, and that yearning, that motivation then moves into taking action so that you get the thing you want. Okay, so those are the very, very briefly the simple steps of moving an idea through the 4 bodies: spiritual body, idea; mental body, clarity of thought; emotional body, passion and motivation; physical body, you take action. So that's how you manifest anything. That's the process. But we had a similar kind of step process when I worked as an engineer. This was how we project manage new ideas. So it would start as an idea, then we'd make some plans, and then we'd move some things around, decide whether or not to prioritize it or not, which wasn't quite the same as getting emotionally excited about it, but it's like, yeah, we made a decision, yes or no, to do this thing. And then, and only then, did we decide to take action, and we took the action to make the thing. So the live event, let me just, for those of you who don't know, or are who do know but want a reminder of what's happening at the live event. So the live event is called How to Be How to Be an Abundant Spiritual Leader. And the idea is that I don't know about you, but I think the world would be a better place if there were more people in positions of power, positions of wealth, positions of authority, leaders who were more spiritually connected, who were working for the highest good. So that's the idea of a spiritual leader, a spiritual person who's in a position of power. Now, what a lot of spiritual people do is they go, oh, wow, I've had my spiritual awakening. Now all the leaders need to wake up. I'm going to suggest that actually we should flip that, because otherwise what will happen is all the spiritual people will leave the world and just, you know, moan about how terrible the world is, rather than the spiritual people saying, hey, do you know what? I am going to, at the very least, be the leader of my own life. And right here, where we're releasing your blocks, is where it starts. Because a spiritual leader, someone who leads in their own life, is somebody who takes charge of what they want and makes a decision to release the blocks, their inner blocks. So think about something that you want to have, but you don't feel you can have it. Something you want, but you don't feel that you can have it. And for those of you who want to come to the event, let me just recap what's on the event. So we're going to do a couple of things, a few things on the event, a few significant things. So it's going to be 3 days of total transformation. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take everyone through a full higher self therapy release. It's not the first thing, but that's one of the things that we're going to do. So that is clearing and releasing all of your anger, sadness, fear, hurt, and guilt from the past. Not so that you feel better, but so that it's gone. And releasing, deleting any limiting decisions, limiting beliefs, not so that you feel better, but they're gone. No need to say your affirmations over and over again, because they'll just be deleted. So they're not even there. Sometimes people can't even remember what their limiting beliefs were once they're released. So, oh, people are waving. Hello, I'll wave back. So full higher self therapy release. So all of your anger, sadness, fear, my hair is going a bit in my eyes. Anger, sadness, fear, hurt, and guilt will be deleted, gone. Then the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to take you through an initiation, activation, attunement, I don't know what you want to call it, where we activate the aspect of yourself that is your higher self within your neurology, within your energy system. So everyone has a higher self, sometimes called holy guardian angel, sometimes you call it your spirit guide. I don't care what you call it, but it's the part of you that is God, that is source. Many of us feel disconnected from it. So not only are you going to learn the mechanism for how that connection takes place, and it's not how most people think it does, but that could be we'd spend a whole session on that spiritual mechanism. But what we're going to do in the activation is we're going to enable you to activate so that you have full access to your higher self anytime, anywhere, at will, so that you can connect with and communicate with your higher self. Now, I don't actually like the word connect to your higher self, because that suggests that you're disconnected, and you're never disconnected. You're always connected. It's just that sometimes you have blocks that have you think you're not connected, or there's a mismatch of vibration. So if your main energy vibration is here and your higher self is here, it's like you can't communicate. It's like the radio waves are on the wrong channel. So what we do is we're going to raise your vibration so that there's a match, so that, do you like my rings? So that you are connected to your higher self. Okay, so that's how that's going to work. The third thing the other of the three important things I wanted to tell you that's going to happen at the event is I'm going to channel my guides, No One Guide, and I'm going to show you exactly how to ask questions of your guides, of my guides, so that you can get your questions answered. Now, the thing about No One Guide is highly evolved guide, not a dead person, so they've never incarnated, never lived before, and they can communicate. They don't only I don't only channel them, I actually invoke them. They step into my body and they communicate through me. So, and as a result, what that means is they can transmit energy and healing and transformation. So it's not only an information, getting the answers to your questions, it is that, but it's also getting release, getting clarity, getting energy, getting transformation. So it's not information, it's transformation. So those of you who would like to experience a release now here on this Facebook Live, you can wave at me, but even better, let's do the next thing, which is, first of all, I'd love you to share the thing that you want to release. And it needs to be something that is absolutely achievable now. Like, so if you put in something crazy big, like I want to get £1 million, unless you're like, have the mechanism, the structure in your life to generate £1 million, like some of you might do, some of you might not, that's probably, like, we can release the blocks to that, but I would love to have something that's really tangible that you're going to get a result really quickly. So those of you, so I'm going to speak to you, those of you who have already said you'd love to come to the event, you'd love to come to Abundant Spiritual Leader live event in January. I'll pop a link to all the information in the doofa, in the chatty thing. Those of you who this is for you, and you can use this release for anything. So pop in, yes, I want to be at the event, and yes to the release. So you need to put in yes to the release. Okay, if you just put yes, so this is what will activate the release. Okay, so the question is it totally okay with your conscious mind, your unconscious mind, and your higher self for you to experience this release here today, and for you to be aware of it consciously? If that answer is a yes, put yes to the release, and then we'll get started. So yes to the release, and hey, why not share the thing you want to create, the thing you want to have that you don't have? What's the block we're removing? So is it the event? Is it something else? Yes to the release. Go, Karen. Okay, we're going to set that up in a minute. So yes to the release. Okay, yes to the release. Awesome. Good job. Good job. Okay, so we'll start with you guys. You'll be like our, what do we call it? Point of entry, I think we call it. So I'm going to take a sip of water, and then I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. So next question I ask is, so now we've got the yes to the release. So next question is, now as you think about wanting something, but feeling you can't have it, thinking about something that you want, but don't feel you can have, do you feel that in your body? So notice where you feel that in your body. Do you feel that as an emotion, as an energy, just as anything, a pressure, anything, and just pop, yes, I feel that in my body, or yes, I can feel that. Okay, now if you can't feel that, then there's more work to be done, and that's why you definitely need to come to the event, because that's where we'll need to get you unconscious mind activated. Shifton, hello. I know we're seeing each other in January already, so welcome. So welcome to my Facebook Live, and we'll welcome you again in January. I saw you in Windsor a couple of weeks ago. I think it was Windsor or Reading, one of those. I don't know. It was a bit of a whirlwind, the tour. Get up, go to the hotel, run an event, pack up, next hotel, run an event, pack up, next hotel, run an event. It was all like, woo. Okay, so we're getting some yes, they can feel that. Yes, we can feel that. Okay, so now where you feel that in your body. So you got yes, you can feel it in your body, and yes to the release. So now here's what we do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my higher self to go to your higher self to release that feeling, that sensation, because that feeling and that sensation is the resistance to flow of energy and flow of love. That what you feel is the block. So what we're going to do is we're going to release that resistance. And the way we do this is we say, so what I'll do is I'll ask my higher self to go to your higher self to release it. So as my higher self goes to your higher self, and I'm just going to do some weird trancy stuff here, to release this, all you need to do is pay attention. Oh, don't resist it, guys. That's going to hurt me. Whenever I feel resistance, that kind of in my neurology. So we're going to just pause that for a moment. So if there's any resistance, I'm just going to shut that off from you guys so that I don't hurt myself. Because what happens is all this energy flows through me, and if it hits a resistance in you, I actually feel your pain. Only at amplified about 10,000 times. I shouldn't laugh. I feel your pain. Ha ha ha. I'm laughing because at the humor of life, of what it is to be a releasing empath, the joy of it. Right. So I feel your pain, but I don't feel it releasing. So I will feel your pain in this moment of the release. But if you're resisting, I'll also feel the resistance, and that will stop it for everyone. So what I'll do is if I feel resistance, I'm just going to turn it off for you and then show up to the event and we'll work on that. Okay. So as you think about something you want coming to the event, but it doesn't feel possible, notice where you feel that in your body. Is it totally okay with your unconscious mind, your conscious mind, your higher self, for you to release that here today and for you to be aware of it consciously? Type a yes to the release in the box if you haven't already. If you have already, that's fine. Now, as my higher self goes to your higher self to release this, I'm just going to start that again in a moment, but I want to say one more thing. You don't have permission to do this process with anyone else. Although you might use the same words, you don't know what I'm doing inside my head to make it work. Okay, so I'm doing something with my energy that you need an initiation. It's a bit like Reiki. You can't do Reiki till you've been attuned. You can't do this, which is higher self therapy, till you've been attuned. I mean, you could try, but the best thing you can hope for is it won't work. The worst you can hope for is it does work, but then you get their problems. Trust me, it's happened. And then we've had people phone and go, I did high self therapy and I wasn't initiated and now I'm in terrible pain. Really? That was only exactly what I told you was going to happen. Funny that. So here we go. So pay attention to the feeling in your body. Just pay attention to that feeling, and you don't need to understand it. You don't need to analyze it. You don't even need to try and make it go away. Oh, that's what the person was doing before. They were trying to make it go away. All you need to do is bring it into your awareness. Bring that resistance, that feeling, that sensation, whatever you're experiencing, into your awareness. Bring it into your awareness as my higher self goes to your higher self to release it. That's it. That's it. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to analyze it. Just bring it into your awareness and ask your unconscious mind, what do you need to know or learn? The knowing or learning of which will allow you to easily and effortlessly let go of all of the emotion and the resistance. Just ask yourself, what do you need to know or learn? The knowing or learning of which will allow you to easily and effortlessly let go of all of the resistance, all of the block. And ask your unconscious mind to preserve those learnings so that anytime you want them in the future, they'll be there. That's right. That's right. Just preserve those learnings. And those learnings are always positive. They're always about you, and they're always for the future. Always positive, always framed and expressed in the positives, moving towards something rather than moving away from something else. So just to keep allowing your unconscious mind, I can feel people still working, just allow your unconscious mind to keep bringing that feeling and that sensation into your awareness as my higher self goes to your higher self to release it. And I'm just going to do a little bit of huna. That's it. Just keep bringing that into your awareness until that feels like that's complete. Oh, yes. So I know some people are still working. So what you can do is after this, you can just go back and watch this again until it's complete. And if it doesn't complete for any reason, that means you haven't got all the learnings, or you haven't gone deep enough into the feeling, or there's something else going on, and that's a sign that you definitely need to come to the event so we can work together. So our events, they tend to be quite intimate, where we work closely with our group. We have a lot of coaching support to help you get whatever it is that you need so that we can move you forward, so that you can become the abundant spiritual leader that you choose and yearn to be, so that you can activate those spiritual power centers, activate all of your spiritual powers, so that you can become more psychic, more spiritual, more connected, more sensitive, in whichever way is perfect for you. So just let me know when that feels like that complete, and then also just share what you experienced. That would be really lovely. And I will let you know, I'm just continuing to work. So the energy is just continuing to work while we continued with this. And one of the things that happened last year, we had somebody who really desperately wanted to come to the event, didn't feel it was possible, did this release, went through this process, and she manifested. And what showed up for her was not only enough money for the ticket fee, because money was her block, not only enough money for the ticket fee, but also for her friend. She could buy a ticket for her friend. And then she came on to some of our other programs, and the money's always shown up anytime, because she's managed to create that using her powers, her ability. I don't do anything. I'm just a tour guide. So let's just have a little read, see what people say. So Karen said, yes, you feel blocked. I hope that's released now. Let me know how that feels, Karen James. And Karen, I thought there were two Karens. There was a Karen and a Kerry. Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses. How embarrassing. There we are. Now I can now read. It's a miracle. Modern science. So Karen and Kerry, yeah. So just let me know how you're feeling now. What are you experiencing now? How is it different? So as you think about having that thing that you want, notice how it's different now. Does it feel more possible? Does it feel more likely? Does it feel more certain? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how certain are you that you're going to get this thing? So good job. Good job. So if there are any questions, so if you're watching the replay, that's fine. This will still work. If you want to come back and do this again, it will still work. But every time you want it to work, you need to type yes in the chat box. The way the energy is set up is that it only works when you say yes, because you have to give permission. Otherwise, you wouldn't have free will, right? So you have to say, yeah. It's like the consent form when you have an injection or something. Yeah, I'll have the flu jab. Thanks. Or no, I won't. So this is your yes to the block release jab. And it's not a jab. It's not a jab. Well, hopefully it's not. Should have been pleasant. Most people find it pleasant. I know I like doing it. It's like I feel your pain and then I feel the release, and it's like, woof, I love that. So if you're watching the replay, or if you have any questions about the event, about the process, just let me know. If you want to learn the process, come to the event. We're not going to teach it at the event, but I'm going to show you exactly how you can learn it at the 3-day event. And I'll pop a link to the event in the chitty chat box. So in fact, I'll do that now, and I'm just going to hang around because I know we've still got people. Let's see, does that work? Yes. Okay, there is the link to the conference. You should be able to see that now, hopefully. Oh, there were loads more. I didn't scroll down. Oh, okay. So Shefton said, tightness around my heart, tension in my solar plexus released, feeling smooth within. Awesome. Great job. And you did that. Okay. Great job. Karen, I do feel the pain in my chest area is gone. I feel calmer. Awesome. Calmer, Shefton, feeling more open. Kerry, calmer now, more settled. Awesome. I love you guys. I love you. Thank you for allowing me to live my life's purpose, which is my nickname, some people call me, is Freeing Minds. Somebody said, you free minds. That's what you do. That was Thomas Power who said that, who was the former owner and founder of Academy. I did some work with him. Penny Power now got an OBE. Good for her, hey? She's great. They were great. Okay, so let me know if there's any other questions, any other comments. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Kerry. You're so welcome. So if there's any questions and I've gone, I'm going to go in a few minutes. Don't worry, I will still answer them. So till next time, I send you all my love, and I look forward to seeing you at the live event in January. Go and check it out. If you have any questions about that, just give us a call at the office or ping us an email. We'll be really happy to answer them, or pop the question here. I'll be happy to answer it here. Either myself or one of the team will be. So till next time, lots and lots and lots of love to you. Lots of love. Bye for now. Bye.